Okay, so in a couple of hours the new Blazing Bash is gonna be dropping on global, so I'm gonna be giving my opinions on if you should summon or not, but I'm gonna get it right away. I don't think so, especially because when this banner drops we're gonna have the two games lined up, so I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. I think JP is gonna have kind of a dead week, and then, or maybe we're gonna have a Christmas banner for both versions, because it's not like something very important, and then next week we're gonna both update at the same time, and we're gonna have a dual Blazing Festival, because in 2 weeks is Blazing Festival. Since it's gonna be a celebration, it's probably gonna be a dual one. So now, this banner, is it worth summoning for? Let me go through first with the step. Actually, let me go through first with the rates. The rates are usual. Oh, let me make my screen bigger, I'm sorry. The rates are the usual. It's the 0.12 for featured units, and there's no featured other than the, you know, the new banner unit. And yeah, this is the regular Blazing Bash rates. So going to the steps. Now, the first and second step, we got a rate up for Itachi or Sasuke. First one being Itachi, second being Sasuke, and it's 40 pearls. So they actually go to a 1% rate, which is what they should be in the first place. Third step, we got a guaranteed Blazing Bash unit, doesn't matter which one it is. Fourth step, we get a 30 pearl step that give us 8 speed pills. Fifth step, we get a rate up for both Itachi and Sasuke to a 1%. Sixth step, we get another guaranteed Blazing Bash unit. Seventh step, 30 pearls, and we get all the Awakening medals. I don't think they should give us the Awakening medals, like, we should, like, grind for them, right? I don't know, maybe it's just me. 8, and then we got a rate up for Itachi and Sasuke to a 2%, and then 9th step, we get either one of them. Now, issue is, right, we need to break out of this formula of Blazing Bash, and also Blazing Fast, but we need to break out of this formula. I can't recommend a banner that only has one guaranteed unit after 400 pearls, right? I think it's actually 390, but after 400 pearls, you get one unit guaranteed. Like, I don't know, we need to break out of this formula. But let me go in depth with the units, and right off the bat, both Itachi and Sasuke are good PvE units, especially Sasuke. Sasuke being a boost body by 500 really makes him very good, and then he ignores type's advantage. He has a 25% chance to not consume the first jutsu, which has a 65% chance of slip damage or attack critically for 4 turns. Which is AoE, he's not single target. He does do a decent amount of damage against Heart, and he reduces damage taken by 20%. And also, on top of that, another 20 for skill, so it's a 40% damage reduction towards skill, basically taking regular damage against skill. So, Sasuke is a very good PvE unit, but, you know, the thing about Blazing Bash is that you summon for them if you play PvP, right? If you don't play PvP, if you play PvE, you're gonna be summoning on Blazing Fast. Now, the thing about Blazing Festival banners is that the meta right now revolves around some of the Blazing Festival units and some of the Blazing Bash units. So it's kind of complicated to summon on a banner that you're only gonna be guaranteed 3 units, like 2 unfeatured and 1 featured. Because you can come out with Itachi and maybe you don't want Itachi. If you want Itachi, you maybe get a Sasuke, so I don't know. And he's a very good PvE unit, but in the PvP side, he's pretty bad. He's pretty bad for PvP. He still has the body attack boost, but it's not worth much having attack boost on PvP, especially because the numbers are pretty low compared to, for instance, for PvP, right, for PvE, 500 attack boost over 1700. That's a lot. That's 1/3 basically. It's almost a third of the attack stat. Now 500 over 3000, that's way less. That's 1/6, not 1/3. So it makes less impact, but it still does impact, okay? It still does impact. Nullifying chakra recovery ceiling was a terrible idea. They need to make units nullify immobilization, and then he reduces chance of being chakra sealed. No one's chakra sealing on PvP, maybe Itachi, but the meta right now is immobilization, and reduces damage taken by skill. Skill is really off the meta. The only skill unit in the game that is it's usable in PvP is Sage 6 Pass Obito, which you don't even see that much. And then does have a 25% to knock out some chakra, but his first jutsu is a 4.5, 60% chance of a health ceiling or speed reduction. That's very bad. That's very, very bad. And then if you want to go for the ultimate, which you can, he's a 3 and 6 unit, maybe you'll get a freaking reset. They can get the ultimate 80% chance of health ceiling or speed reduction. This is very bad. Sasuke is a very bad unit for PvP, but he's a very good unit for PvE. It's just very interesting. I feel like it's the same thing about the Kakashi that we got last Blazing Bash batch. It was the exact same thing. He was very bad for PvP, but he was pretty good for PvE. I think they're doing this on every single one of them, but then we go for Itachi. His PvE version is actually also pretty decent, but it's nothing incredible. It's nothing that we never seen before. He just does a very good amount of damage if you have him max duped. He does have an increased damage by 20%, on top of he having a high attack stat plus a pretty good multiplier. 80% chance of health ceiling for 7 turns, 60% chance of attack reduction or immobilization. So he does do a lot of things on his ulti, which is pretty good. Health ceiling on PvE is much more important than health ceiling on PvP, so... And then also the attack weakening was also very good. But again, it's nothing game changing. If you have Itachi, he's not gonna be like... I would say, if you play the game for over 6 months, your heart team should be good enough, should not need Itachi. That's what I'm saying. Like, your heart team should be good enough, should not need Itachi. I don't think it's the same case for Sasuke. Sasuke can fit in on body teams, but Itachi, heart is so good that if you have Kaguya, you don't need new units. That's how good heart is, which is very difficult team to fit in. New units are gonna be better than the old ones, like Kakashi, Madara, they're all so good. And then body, for instance, the only really good unit we have on body is Final Body Sasuke, maybe Hashirama. Jiraiya is pretty good as well, but he is only very good against heart, which I mean is a type advantage, but I don't know. His PvE side is not that incredible. His PvP side though, he does ignore damage reduction on his normal jutsu, which is very good against Sage 6 Pass Madara. Not only Sage 6 Pass Madara, of course other units that do have damage reduction are also going to be affected by it, but Sage 6 Pass Madara is of course the one that you're going to be seeing the most. He's the most overused unit on PvP, so I had to say Sage 6 Pass Madara, but also a 35% chance of dodging. Dodging on PvP is still meta after like a year and a half. I don't know how long PvP has been, but since I started playing PvP over a year ago, it's meta. Like, it's still meta to this day. I don't know how they actually do it. Nullifying jutsu ceiling is way better than nullifying chakra reduction, but thinking of Akatsuki, it's very difficult to think of Akatsuki because, if I'm not mistaken, the other kid in Sasuke is not Akatsuki, right? I think he's only Uchiha. Yeah, he only has Uchiha for some reason. It could have been Kata, but his PvP side is pretty decent. But again, it's not very game changing or anything. I don't see. I can't see any top tier Kage players using it. And if you watch my video that I posted today, a couple hours ago, I talked about no one in the 50 best teams on Kage is using Itachi or Sasuke for that matter. So I don't think he's gonna be a unit that you're gonna be seeing around very much on Kage. I mean, Global is different than JP. I think Global is a bit more competitive than JP. JP is I don't know why though, but Global seems to be more competitive than JP. Maybe you see him, but mostly what you're gonna see is like 5 Sage 6 Pass Madaras and 1 Rage Obito. or 3 killing Sasuke's, the free-to-play one, not the Blazing Bash one, and then 3 Sage 6 Pez modders, you're not going to be seeing Itachi. And as I said, there's no real skill units being used right now in PvP. The only skill unit being used is Sage 6 Pez Obito, which Itachi does have the type advantage against him, but do you really need Itachi for one skill unit? Other than him, maybe Kimimaro, but Kimimaro, again, not being used in any of the top tier Kage teams. So, gonna leave it as that. I don't think this is a banner you should summon on. Like, other than the PvE version of Sasuke, there's nothing good on this. And you can get him at any point in time. Really, any point in time, any other Blazing Bash. You can get from these guaranteed Blazing Bash drops. Like, you have 2 of these on this one. Maybe next Blazing Bash you get like a top tier PvP unit that will change the whole game, and then you summon that banner, and then the guaranteed unit is gonna be the Sasuke. Maybe, who knows? So, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you're gonna summon for them, and please fucking subscribe.